I want to sort of develop the company in a way that I sort of interact with other like-minded individuals, not just SMA, but, you know, digital marketers, video editors, anyone I sort of am inspired and motivated by, that sort of, you know, that laptop lifestyle. And it's it will be lots of different people, so it'll be good to obviously have you on and potentially have you on at a future date and just see how you and I and everyone I get on has progressed within the time that they've been on. So
100%. Oh, a quick note I wanted to tell you is that I'm not just doing SMA right now. I'm actually building a new business which helps influencers and shit build their own info product.
So let me just start off by obviously that would be the first thing is like introduce yourself, sort of let everyone know. Obviously I know who you are, but a lot of people that would be watching this obviously wouldn't.
We're starting right now.
Yeah, bro, let's go. I
thought you would just tell me a little bit about it, and then we would get right into it.
Anyone that I'm inspired by, and let's go.
So right, guys, my name is Reinis. I am 17 years old, about to turn 18. Well, what exactly it is that I do right now, do quite a lot, a little bit too much. So right now I'm running a social media marketing agency. We mainly operate I live in Europe, but we mainly operate in the USA. I do have a couple of clients here in Europe. However, I do have more connections in USA. That's why I'm usually swimming in that area.
Yeah.
Then I also run a SaaS business. I'm not going to be talking about that a lot since that's pretty new.
Yeah.
We do have a couple of clients, but it's just completely new, and we're just still building out the systems for that and stuff like that. And then actually a new thing I'm building, I'm going to be helping influencers and pretty much influencers and coaches build out their info products, or even like create their own store so they can monetize their brand, because this is what I see a lot. A lot of people that do have the followers, but are still doing just affiliate deals, sponsorships. They're not actually
like monetizing their actual brand. Yeah.
Yes. And they do have a discovery call for one influencer on that. And it's a pretty exciting time to be alive, you know.
Yeah. So what sort of obviously the social media is sort of like would you say is your main sort of your main income at the moment as well?
So social media, it's one of my it is my main one. So I want to say my two main ones right now are social media and my personal brand.
Okay.
Right? You know, so they kind of go 50-50 with each other. They're kind of hovering around the same level. I'm thinking about I'm going to be pushing my brand out a bit more, since I do get actually quite a lot of leads from my personal brand, people who want to work with me, who just DM me, try to apply for strategy sessions. And I just feel like personal branding, it's something, I mean, it's actually a quite interesting not the business model, but quite interesting marketing channel, since I feel like it's overhyped and underhyped at the same time, because everybody's doing their personal brand, like, oh, my personal brand is I eat yogurts for a living, something like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think it's underutilized, that people are not utilizing it to the maximum potential.
Okay.
I see a lot of people just trying to sell info products. I mean, that's cool, but get clients as well. Do both.
Yeah, in terms of like coaching and stuff like that.
They're selling info products in terms of coaching, but get clients in terms of your SMA.
Okay.
Whatever else business you're doing.
Yeah.
Because actually, for my personal brand, that's how I'm able to connect with these influencers. That's why I actually decided to make this third business, just because it was so random how all of that came about.
Okay, sick. So, what sort of motivates you?
My 21.
What's that?
My 21.
What's 21?
So,
21. Walk me through it.
So no.
I love hearing, like, people have so many different what motivates you. It's fucking crazy. Right,
there's actually quite a lot of talk here about, because there's something I say what motivates me versus what I actually feel that motivates me. So my 21 is something, I do have the 21 training. It's just like a mindset, a piece of mindset training where there's a game called 21. Like your goal is to you play it with another person. Your goal is to go from 0 to 21, and you basically choose number 1 or 2, and your goal is to get to 21.
Mm-hmm.
Now, spoiler alert for the people who haven't played this game. There are certain numbers you do need hit before 21, and then you're guaranteed to get to 21 and win the game.
Wow.
Okay. And now the thing here is, with this game, what I teach a lot of my students is, you have the road, right? When you're 0 and you want to get to 21, you have no clue how to get there. Once you're doing it, you kind of see the numbers where you're at, and the closer you are to that goal, the easier for you is to look back and see what did you do right, what did you do wrong, and basically the whole premise and the whole goal of this game is to think to yourself, hey, is what I'm doing right now getting me closer to my goal or further away?
Yeah.
So it's just as simple as that. Is this goal, is this interview getting me closer to my 21 or further away? Yeah. I'd say yes, because it's expanding my personal brand.
Yeah.
It's getting me closer to that 21. So then whatever I'm doing during my day, it just, okay, am I getting closer to my goal or further away? If it's further away, I don't do that, right? That's like the mindset side of things. But then there's another thing which is a little bit more deeper, and it's that I like to prove myself that I'm better than somebody else.
So many people claiming to do, whatever, you almost sort of using that as like a competition mark as well.
There are so many people out there, but they just do a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
That's like the hugest problem with social media marketing these days. Everybody just wants to. Number one, people are just lying about everything. They have like 17-figure earner in their bio. A lot of people are just lying. They're trying to be who they are not. And I admit it. When I was younger, I did the same thing.
Yeah,
because I thought to myself, okay, it's gonna be cool. Everybody goes through that phase.
Yeah, I mean that like. In reality, in a hard sense as well, like Instagram and stuff like that, it is bullshit. Like, I feel personally like it is like bullshit for most people. They put out stuff that, obviously for some people it is real time and they're documenting their, like, I like to document, but it's not saying that like my photos and stuff like that. I like my photos. The photo I uploaded earlier, I was taken in front of like my. In my front room, but then I've edited and the background's completely different, so you don't know what's actually going on within social media. I totally understand that.
Yes.
What sort of another thing would be what apps sort of help you through your day-to-day life? Obviously, being a social media marketer, you're constantly on your phone, you're constantly on your PC, Mac, whatever you're using. So the next question would be sort of what apps get you through the day?
So. My main app I use on a day-to-day basis, I don't mention this enough, is print screen. It's called Lightshot, something like that. It's basically a screenshotting tool, and when you take the screenshot, it gives you the ability to either save it to your computer or upload it to the cloud. So then it's super easy for me to send like information, something I want to be corrected to either my team or either my partners, whoever that is. And I can just send like a quick screenshot of like the problem that needs to be fixed.
Yeah.
That's something that's very underrated, and I'm like, it's such a simple tool, but it's so important to have it. Then another tool is I use Sleep Cycle and Life Cycle. So Sleep Cycle is just to wake me up at the right time.
Yeah.
Through my sleep patterns. I'm not going to be talking about that because everybody talks about this app. And then they developed another app called Life Cycle. And whenever I'm talking to my students or anybody at all, it is important that you optimize your day for the maximum potential. You optimize your environment. You know the fastest routes to whatever you have to go, and you're familiar with your day. So you analyze it, you see what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, where you're procrastinating, and where you could be improving your time. And this app called Life Cycle, it helps you do that fairly simple.
Yeah.
Because it literally tracks your phone throughout the whole day. So it understands where you're walking, where that's your travel distance. It also saves the location of where you're at.
Sick.
And it just simply allows you to optimize your day a bit better. Then another app I use, it's called Exe. Now I did talk about this on my YouTube channel, but it's such a simple app where
Sorry,
You just hatch an egg.
Sorry, that was XE.
Eggsy, like egg.
Eggsy. Okay, yeah.
Egg SY. Egg SY. That app is basically, it's such a simple app. You just set a timer for example, for 16 minutes. For the next 16 minutes, I do not want to be using my phone.
Sure.
I set it down on the surface, and then it just, if I pick it up, it says like, oh, bro, you still have to leave it down for like 37 minutes.
Yeah.
If you don't, your egg is gonna be, you're gonna fail hatching your egg. So if you're,
okay. So it's got a quite cool concept behind it. So
yes. So it actually plays around, from the habit concept.
Yeah.
Right. The habit loop. You have the trigger, the habit, the reward. The same thing happens here.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to use your phone. I mean, you want to work. The habit is
you need to do
throwing your phone away, and the reward is if you do it for a certain amount of time, you hatch an egg, which is dope.
That is dope. There's an app that I've got that's literally the exact same thing, and it's like 25 minutes, and it does a 25-minute timer, and then it does a 5-minute break timer. And then I think it's like 9 cycles of it or something like that. Same sort of concept. And I can't remember. There's something around like a tomato. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. Did you ever hear that? Like there's that theory is like around a tomato. Don't know if do you know that Bradley J. Riley? Was anyone online before?
I know, but I don't watch his content.
So he said something about it before. That's cool. So is that sort of like all of the apps that sort of you use on a day-to-day?
Yeah.
Any sort of like desktop apps, like PC, Mac apps? Don't know if you're on PC or Mac.
I'm on a PC. I used to be on Mac, but I switched to PC. The main apps I use is Photoshop, Google Doc, like all the Google Docs drive and everything, like just because it's so simple to share it online. Anything fancier than that?
People genuinely still don't know about that as well. I hope, like it's weird, but like people still obviously think like, they need to pay for like the Microsoft Office Word and stuff like that.
Yes,
it's literally so much more simple with the Google Docs and stuff.
Yeah, with Google Docs, like you literally within a click, you can just share it with a couple of people. When somebody edits it, it automatically gets saved. Yeah. At first, I was like really reluctant to use like desktop apps. I didn't like them at all. Like I fucking hated them, to be honest. But I started using Google Docs, and I was like, okay, if I need to share this between my computers, because right now I'm using my laptop, then on my desktop there's my desktop computer. I'm gonna show this to you guys.
Yeah, go on.
Shit. Yo, and I just have my laptop just if I have to go outside my room. Oh, my Eiffel Tower fell. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's such a simple,
fundamental sort of apps that you use on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah. Those are my main apps. Actually, I just wanted to add a comment. Going back to when you were talking about the 25-minute interval and the 5-minute rest. Is it like something to improve your productivity? What's the purpose of that?
Yeah. So it's the exact same thing. I was trying to. I don't know where I've actually placed it. Oh, here it is. It's literally called. It's called this one. This Focus Keeper is called. And then it's literally what you said, but it's in like rounds. Yeah, you can do rounds of 12. So like you literally press play, and then that'll be 25 minutes. So it's the same thing. Like I'm like, okay, that's 25 minutes of me creating content, and then it's a 5-minute break, and then I'll be like, okay, that's 25 minutes of me doing outreach, 5 minutes break, and it just keeps that system sort of going. So it's pretty good.
Actually, what I want to mention here, I want to give a comment here, is that I tend to find this myself, and actually see this in quite a lot of people as well, is that if you want to do some deeper work into whatever it is, anything, whether that's outreach, audits, especially creating content and writing, you should be getting. I feel like you should block out at least an hour.
Yeah.
And then the first 20 minutes is gonna be the time where you're most unproductive.
Yeah.
Because you're still not focused on that. But after 20 minutes, your mind is only thinking about the thing you're doing. So then you're very, very focused on this. This is what I'm doing when I'm writing my Team Profit Private Club. I just block out an hour for a module, and for the first 20 minutes, it's just a bunch of ideas together. But then after that's over, I just have when I'm writing, there comes a wall where I hit it and I don't know what's right next.
Yeah,
it just breaks immediately.
Yeah.
Like
Sure.
if immediately another idea pops up, like a particle, and boom, I have an idea. I can just keep on writing. Another one. I just keep on writing. I just keep on writing. That's what I find if you block out a longer time.
And when you're sorry, I'm just gonna like jump in. When you say like you blocking out time, just to really roll through like the fundamentals and the basics and stuff like that, you're using an app, but like, are you writing down what you're doing? Is it like a written
No,
documentation, or is it just in your head? Like you got to do this, you got to do that.
my to-do list is in my bag, but literally what I have my to-do list, and then what I do, I put my phone on airplane mode or on XZ. It depends. If I'm gonna be using my phone immediately after that, or I might get a phone call, I leave it on XZ.
Mm-hmm.
If I do not want to be distracted, I put it on airplane mode, throw it away, or I put it downstairs, where if I wanted to get the phone, I would have to go all the way downstairs and
yeah.
get it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's such a huge investment, because
For
a lot
sure.
of people, they just put it down on their table. I can pick up everything from my table right now. It doesn't have any investment, and I can do that while doing this interview,
Sick.
so I can get distracted from the interview.
So it's more like a minimal distractions is maximum output, really.
Yeah.
So
Optimizing your environment.
I'm just gonna jump like straight into the next one. So so we spoke about apps. So what about books? I know it's a very, like we said before, everyone speaks about books. But if we could maybe keep it pretty simple, and just maybe if you could give me like your top 2 books maybe that you've read. And like, I know some people that I've interviewed and they're just like, I don't read books. Like you get a very mixed opinion with like entrepreneurs and reading books. So what's your opinion?
Depends on what you read. I feel like if you read like those all entrepreneur books, you're not gonna get like shit out of them. Because like what exactly can you put in the book? You can just put in concepts and the basic ideas. You can't put in like, oh, systems, you have to do this, you have to do that. My favorite books by far are the 48 Laws of Power. Like, okay, just any Robert Greene book, right? That's what I like, because those are not populistic books.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, you have to be happy all the time, whatever. It's like 400 pages about being happy. Okay, I get it after the second page.
Yeah.
But Robert Greene, he just changes everything a lot. And I've gone, like, if you saw my story today, they was talking about wind god versus thunder god, and the ideas behind that. When I read a lot on history, I can kind of get I get a lot of ideas out of that I can use either for my business or for some content to create, because I feel like if you do read history and read some sort of like studies, because that's gonna expand your view on everything.
Right.
So, a good example for this, when I was talking about the wind god versus thunder god, in the painting, it was a painting in the 18th century, if I'm not mistaken, by I can't remember the name by my heart. I do have it in there, since a lot of times I'm just taking it in my notes, and when I read it, when I write the content. But the idea behind the painting, what I saw myself, was the thunder god was running away from the wind god. And before that, I had read a bit more information about a man named I can't remember the names. A lot of times I don't remember names. I remember facts. I don't remember names. So there's one guy in Japan. He won 66 duels with a sword. He's the best swordsman in history. The second best one has only won 33 duels. So it's like a huge win margin. And whenever he would fight, his fights would be super weird. He would always change up his style. In one of his last fights, when he was fighting against a guy who was the master of the long sword, he arrived at the fight late, wearing a dirty like towel on his head and having 2 wooden swords. You just get like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
You don't understand what he's gonna do. You cannot think of his strategies. So it's basically like fighting against wind. Right. You try to hit the wind, you cannot do anything, because if it wants to strike you, it's gonna. You cannot predict its next move. It's fluid. The same thing have to be with your business, especially in today's age, when there's a war going on for everything, going on for attention, war and innovation. Everything's moving very quickly. So you must be like wind. You must be able to adapt, change your strategies like this.
Okay, wicked, cool.
You
Sick,
see,
man.
like an idea can come from like a couple of history's
Yeah,
examples.
that's sick because I've never heard anyone sort of reference like a history book in terms of like them producing content. So that's amazing.
Yeah.
Another sort of thing to move on to would be ClickFunnels. What's sort of your sort of not history, but like what's your opinion on ClickFunnels? How do you sort of integrate them with your business? And is it worth? I know I've definitely seen that you use ClickFunnels. So how are you using them within your business at the moment?
So I'm gonna be switching. I'm gonna be going away from ClickFunnels.
Okay.
I'm gonna be going to Katra.com. Okay, because my friend Leighton Butler showed me this. It's literally for around the same price. You can get much more than ClickFunnels, especially for everything we do. Like for $150, you like. Okay, so on the Katra platform, you cannot just build landing pages. You can also run webinars. You can also create like websites for your info products, so you don't have to do that on Teachable. Um, I cannot name everything by my heart. You just have
no.
to you just have to check it out for yourself.
Cool.
There's a lot of things you can do. You can even do emails.
Yeah.
So it's also like Market Hero. You can also do like a lifetime value.
So what's it called? What's it called again?
Katra. So Kartra.
Okay, I'll check that out.
I recommend just checking that out because I'm going to be switching to that from ClickFunnels. By the way, I think ClickFunnels is being sold.
Really?
I heard some rumors about that.
Bloody hell! But that's got a big price tag on it anyway.
Yeah. I mean, ClickFunnels is cool, but I still think it's just a bit overpriced.
Okay.
And I think they put the price out just so they would have the flexibility for the affiliates.
Yeah, for sure. And they do, and it is a lot of like affiliate sort of pushing as well. Definitely, like with all of the ebooks and stuff that he has the affiliate programs for. Right, moving on with that because you did just briefly sort of mention about it is cold emails. I know you're like the what's the word? What has you got on there? The chatbot king or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So it's more like chatbots. But in terms of like cold emails, do you do anything with cold emails?
Fuck cold emails.
Fuck cold emails.
I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah.
Just because. So, okay, emails overall, I see them working because one of the guy I used to be working with, he got a meeting with all of them to get through emails. However, the difference is, it's not what you are doing with emails, right? Not you only, but the viewer.
Yeah.
Because most viewers, what they do is let me just build a script and send it out to everybody I know.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. But when you do get that kind of a script from somebody you have no rapport with,
yeah, people can tell it from miles.
You're not gonna do shit. Like you're not gonna be giving them $1,000 just because they sent me a random email. You need to build a relationship.
Sure.
This is why I kind of prefer personal branding. I am doing video audits though.
Okay.
But then again, that's a different scenario. I'm giving them value.
Yeah. Totally. So that's what I do as well. I don't just do cold emails. I would first break the rapport with the person. And then, I'd either do like a screen recording and break, like what you said before, in terms of like social media audit, or even as something as basic as like auditing just their content, not even their social media, just literally like the graphics or the videos that they've been putting out. It's just sort of like, okay, we can make this better, we can make that better. But yeah, that's cool.
100%.
So what sort of, just on like a random one, what tips would you have for anyone sort of starting an Instagram, whether it, as we've obviously spoken about personal branding, whether it's a personal brand Instagram or a business Instagram, because obviously you do get like local businesses that are trying to do it for themselves as well. What sort of tips would you give for someone starting on Instagram? Because I know you've done the same thing as me, right? Because you used to have you come from like a fitness account background. I started sort of Instagram by just documenting my fitness progression and stuff like that, and then slowly, transitioned over to more sort of like the business content. I mean, I'm still in the gym a lot, but I'm obviously not a personal trainer now. I am, but it's not my main sort of thing now.
Yeah. So with this growth hack, that's literally it. Like, if you're gonna try to build a bit, so if you're just somebody starting out, why would anybody give a shit about you?
Yeah.
Like, Instagram is filled with personal brands, filled with people who want to grow their pages. Organically, you just have to have something very, very unique to grow organically. If you're going to be doing something similar to what a lot of people are doing, just growth hack. That means ads, even something like Insta Sprouts. That's what I've used as well, like Insta Sprouts, to like kind of hack up my following.
Is that still that's not running anymore though? Is it that Insta Sprout?
Huh?
Insta Sprout isn't running anymore though, right?
It is.
Oh, it is. Okay.
It is.
With that being said, obviously, just because you just touched on like ads and stuff like that, if you could like within like 30 seconds just sort of wrap up like not even but like an Instagram ad strategy that you would put together for growing an Instagram, like what would you...
Be weird and flashy.
Be weird, flashy in terms of the content, but like in terms of like revenue, what would you... Like for someone just starting out, like you're talking like $1 a day, $1 a week, like $1 a week, $5 a day. You know, obviously it's going to be what the individual can afford to do so. But what would your sort of get go be?
With this, I reckon okay, I'm gonna get back to content a little bit because that's what I feel is more important. You can have $1 million in ads if the ad is horrible. It doesn't matter how much you spend.
Because I had Matthew Phillips on the thing because I had him on the last episode and he was speaking about that you're now focusing a lot more on your content rather than not that you're not focusing on your business, but he said your primary focus at the moment is producing that content for your personal brand and obviously for your business as well.
No, in this case I was thinking content for ads. Okay. Because everybody's stressing about, okay, what's my targeting, what's the budget, what's the optimization. If your ad creative, if your ads if the stuff that you're putting in your ad is horrible, how do you expect conversions? Because everybody thinks that I can take a picture with my Nokia, have no copywriting at all, and get a lot of followers, get people to buy my product. It doesn't work like that. You have to have everything down. There's a lot of variables that go into it. So just moving it down to targeting or just moving it down to budget. It's just not sustainable. For the budget, it's really up to the person.
Yeah,
what can you afford to do long term? The key here is long term because Facebook does not like when one day you spend $200, next 5 days you spend like $3.
Yeah.
They want the growth to be consistent. Sure. If you do scale on ads, the maximum you can scale by 30% a day, but in terms of the budget.
Sick. So sort of moving on from that, what about sort of like your teams and sort of like outsourcing? As like a topic, because obviously you do so much, and like I actually read. So if anyone doesn't know as well, Reinis actually has a ebook that he sort of touched on before. I actually went through that yesterday, which is very good. So I'll definitely link it in the comments below if anyone wants to go check that out. But in that you actually talk about sort of like your outsourcing and it's sort of like if you can pay someone, X amount, why the fuck would you do it? So just touch on that a little bit for me.
Yes. So on this, it's very important to understand that when I'm talking about, for example, a task as simple as scraping emails, you don't want to be doing that yourself since that is a task which you can pay like $5 an hour to a virtual assistant in Philippines. They're willing to do it for extremely cheap, just because virtual assistants in Philippines, they get paid more than doctors there.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting fact. What I'm not speaking about is getting some random guy to do Facebook ads for you.
Yeah.
Because this is what I tend to see is everybody's hyping about. Oh, outsourcing. Facebook ads by design, they're not hard to do yourself.
Yeah. Sure.
If you understand the concept itself. If you're doing like those lower quality tasks, outsource as much of that as you can. Some smaller tasks, to get a virtual assistant. They're going to help you out with that. Don't do the smaller tasks. Focus on what makes you money. That means focus on creating systems, reaching out to more people. That's outreach. And delivering results, high quality results. Now, if for example, for one of these pieces, you can get somebody that's good, keyword here is good, yes, get them on the team.
Yeah.
If they're not good, it's better for you to pass and do the work yourself.
Obviously, I would sort of know where you're getting the outsourcers from, but obviously anyone that doesn't know, what sort of like websites and places do you get your outsourcers from?
Virtual assistants I get from Upwork. That's my main place. I actually did get a copywriter from Upwork as well, but most of the time I do the copy myself. It's more for the times when I don't have time for this. I need somebody to do this for me. Then the guy that's doing email marketing, he's not doing my email marketing. He's doing email marketing for the SaaS business. He used to be my student, so a connection.
Sick, yeah.
Then we do have high ticket closers, again through the network.
Yeah.
It is essentially, you can see a trend here. If you're going for higher quality people, get them through your connections.
Yeah.
Get them through your network. This is again why personal branding is important.
Branding, yeah, of course. With that being said as well, obviously running sort of like a social media agency, obviously there's a lot of like graphics and video content that's being pushed through. And I'm guessing obviously you don't do that all yourself as well, so you outsource some of that. What's your sort of process within hiring like content creation sort of people, or like graphic designers, video editors, and how you speak a lot about systems and processes. What's your systems and your process and how you actually communicate with these people and make sure that
they're the right fit?
Yeah, make sure that they're the right fit, but also like make sure that the stuff is being posted on the right places at the right time and stuff like that. If that makes sense.
If you just do a quick overview of what's happening, you can simply see that. If you just, for example, like at the end of the month or at the end of the week, and you just take a look at the posts around the times they were posted, you see if they were posted at the right times, if everything was correct or not.
No, I mean in terms of like, because you said you have someone that uploads to your Instagram and stuff like that. Do you I use Hootsuite at the moment, but I'm guessing, do you not use any sort of like automation tools in terms of like uploading? Do you just have the individual uploading them from from their phone or whatever?
So, yes, basically a virtual assistant.
Okay, so their virtual assistant, you just send all of the content from multiple accounts and then they upload it directly.
Yep. And they're fairly cheap to get. Like the thing here is, if they do not post it, like a lot of times virtual assistants are happy to have you on because they do, like, compared to what they would earn at any other job, you pay them a lot of money.
Yeah, and it does come down to the fundamentals of, if you do find someone who is good, like you said, good, and if you reward them for being good and you treat your employees how you would like to be treated, it goes back to the fundamentals, then of course they will. Because yes, you might be paying them X amount, but if you see that they are doing good and you're like, shit, I want to keep this person because they are good and it is hard to find someone good, then as a business owner, to reward them in a certain way would obviously keep them satisfied and happy to work within your team.
Exactly. Well, actually, one of my friends, the Leighton Butler, he had his virtual assistant and he taught him dropshipping. There's one time where he was making like $200 a day, and Leighton just told him, okay, there's no need for you to be working for me. Like it's better if you go and do your own thing.
Yeah.
And if you're genuinely like a person like that, people are gonna want to stick to you because maybe he might have a connection of another person who might be doing a good job in virtual assistants. He's just gonna send somebody like that to you.
And I think that's what people like what you, just to tie back onto like what you said about like, oh, this person doesn't mind doing it for that sort of price. When you are talking about those sort of like third world countries or whatever and stuff like that, and like you said, virtual assistants are getting more than doctors in places like that. I've had people that I've sort of taken on and I've sort of expressed that, for the time being, I will be paying you, down here, but I'm also going to be teaching you these things along the way, and obviously you get respect off of these because you're doing that as well. Which definitely ties back into what you were saying about that guy.
You must have the people with whom you work with, you must have them hungry. So when you're telling them you're gonna be taught something, they're hyped.
Yeah.
If they're not, don't go for it because they just want the money.
Yeah.
They're not going to be doing the job as good as you could be. Because like for example, one of my virtual assistants, he had a minor slip up. I confronted him about it. He just assisted me so easily, and I was like, oh shit, I actually feel bad that I kind of get mad.
What was it, may I ask? Like, if you don't want to give like an outline of something.
No,
when you say a minor slip up, like something in the copyright was wrong or something like that.
It was just a couple of grammar errors.
Okay, cool, yeah.
And the timing, like he sent that to me a bit too late, so there are a couple of problems for me. But then after that, he corrected everything immediately once he realized that there were some slip ups, and then he gave me a more like for the next 2 days he worked for free just to get everything back for
that's sick as well. Like you said, it is a process. I'm sure that you've made fucking loads of mistakes. I've made loads of mistakes. People make mistakes, but it's how he's reacted to that and how he's actually come back to you and positioned himself around the mistake.
Talking about mistakes, I see this is a huge problem a lot of social media marketers do. A lot of times you don't get results. That just happens.
Yeah.
Here's what a lot of people do. They dip. Peace out. What you should be doing instead is embrace it. Then go to the business, tell them, okay, yeah, we did, for example, either overspend or we did not get the ROI. Let's analyze why did that happen.
Yeah.
Okay? And take responsibility for that. Tell them, okay, yeah, that's completely my problem. I did this wrong, I did that wrong. However, we can fix this by doing da. If you analyze it and
what a weird analogy, but it goes back to like the driving test. Like I had a mate that actually passed his driving test and he stalled like 3 times on the driving test, which we was all like, how the fuck did you manage to like pass your driving test when you've stalled 3 times? And he was like, well, I just sort of stopped and corrected myself, and it's the basics. Like you can still get success if you actually stand back and just think, okay, where did I go wrong, and then correct it like that.
People might be angry at you, but they're gonna respect you for being honest.
Yeah, totally.
If you're gonna dip, they're gonna hate. They're gonna be mad at you, and they're not gonna respect you. Right? So you're gonna have So if you're choosing between being embarrassed both ways, but in one of the options you can be embarrassed, but you have the option to save your reputation. Always take the place where you can save your reputation.
Yeah.
If your reputation is fucked, you're gonna be fucked. Ooh. I mean, I want to go to London as well. I went there.
Roll up, man. Host some sort of like meet up, and it'll be good to do something a little bit out of the norm.
Yes, 100%. You know, it's always good to go out there and connect with a lot of people. By the way, I'm sorry if I feel like I'm a bit of a zombie, because last night I just crashed and I slept for 11 hours. I usually sleep for I know I stress sleep a lot, but my sleep is horrible.
Yeah.
I usually sleep for 5 hours, 15 minutes. I really want to sleep for 7 hours. So what I feel sustainable is waking up at 6.
Yeah.
Because then, if you live in the center, if you try to wake up at 5 a.m., you have to go to sleep at 9, 10, something like that.
Get an adequate amount.
And in reality, that's where the city is becoming alive.
Yeah. Cars
are driving, people are going out, and it's hard for you to sleep with a lot of noise outside. That's why that's one of the reasons I'm kind of against that a little bit. And another one is that too many people follow trends where they should be actually looking at themselves.
Yeah.
For example, there are many people who there's actually my friend we were talking about. There's actually a study which says that there are some people who work better at night, and there are some people who work better in the morning.
That would be me, to be honest. Yeah, and that's why I've sort of tried to do it, to be honest. Because I'll do it, and then I'm currently still working at because I quit my job that I was at, and I'm now sort of working 4 days a week down at my brother-in-law, his company. It's just sort of like warehouse work, and it sort of started as sort of just me helping them out. But they give me good money for what I do. Not that I don't do a lot, but in terms of this, it's a long ass shift. It's 7 a.m. till 5 p.m. So that's why, obviously, with this business module that I'm sort of doing, is what you said with the outsourcers and stuff. I'm there because I feel like I'm helping like my like family and stuff like that. So I want to keep it at a point where I can almost keep that job, still stay there, but be able to run my business around it as well. Um, oh, that's just set me a little reminder to wrap things up sort of soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like with that, like that's sort of my mentality with it is because I'm there from seven. Oh shit, just that much. I'm there from 7 till 5, like every day, and like I just feel like now, like if I could, because obviously where I come from a PT background as well, like I literally used to work in a gym. So I was training like 6, 7 days a week, and to go from from training 6, 7 days a week. We haven't talked about fitness at all, by the way, which I think is a
No.
big thing. But like from going from training like 6, 7 days a week to when I started the business and like my main like it was everything was on that. I didn't stop training, but like my training was like 1, 2 days a week or something like that max. And my mentality was like, no, like I'm all in on this business right now, and it fucked me up like because I wasn't training and like my head was just gone. So also like that would be like a little question as well, like is how do you fit like your fitness resume into it as well? Because I know that you obviously do have a background within fitness as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I work out first thing in the morning before I broke my hand.
I was
So
literally going
now,
to ask you about that as well because I see it and I was like, what is that?
right now, I'm just rehabilitating it. Right now, it's much better because yesterday, when I was doing this movement, I just heard like 3 cracks here all the time. I was like, okay, that's a bit weird. But today, everything's fine. If I stretch it, it's not as painful right now. It's just all about me rehabilitating that. But when I do work out, I just work out first thing in the morning.
Sick.
Yeah, right now I'm just going for walks in the morning, just because it's just hard for you to wake up, get straight to the computer.
Yeah.
It's hard for you to do that. I've seen it for myself. When I do, you have like that weird feeling when you go for a walk and when you go for a workout. You have more energy, and you're like, okay, now I
Completely.
can get to work. Now I feel more
Completely, and
focused on
I
this.
feel like that has genuinely changed my business so much since I've started bringing like my fitness routine back into it, and that's personally why I've been getting up at 5 because, like I said, I start there at 7 till 5, and obviously you're seeing my progression with it as well. I want to stay there because I enjoy obviously being within like the family business as well. But I'm not sure if I'll stay there long term, obviously with what's going on outside of that. But yeah, at the moment, that's why I'm waking up at 5 is because I'm training first thing in the morning, like literally getting to the gym at like 10 to 6, and then like leaving the gym at like 10 to 7, getting straight to work. And yeah,
I wanted to talk a little bit more about jobs because I've seen everybody bashing. Oh yeah, don't get a job, don't get a job.
why not?
How the fuck are you gonna feed yourself?
Yeah.
Like if you are okay, my situation, like a lot of us people who are under 18, it's much simpler for us. Like I can just
Yeah, you haven't got
crash
like
crash on the couch and shit, and I'm good,
mm,
right? But if you are in your 20s, you're outside your house, you do need to get a job.
yeah, of
It's
course.
it's normal. Like there's nothing to worry about. It would just be stupid. Try to start a business with no money without a job. You don't do that.
No, of
You,
course.
you, you're gonna end up failing then.
And that's what I feel like a lot of people like what you said about the Instagram and stuff like that. Like a lot of people like to be like, yeah, this is what I'm doing full time, whereas like they don't want to show the fact that they're working a 9 to 5, but they're posting a picture on Instagram at 6 or something. Do you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of bullshit behind the scenes. Ouch, shit, fuck.
What was that?
That was my knee.
Your knee.
That was my knee on the desk. That was my knee on the. I have actually done that in like every one of these I've done. To be fair, fucking fidget. I can't sit still.
That's a routine.
Yeah.
An interview routine.
Yeah. What, bashing myself up every single time. Yeah, but that's sick. So obviously you're still training and you're still obviously like keeping up with the fitness as well.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I do need to get my sleep back because, as you saw, right now I'm feeling a little bit more sleepy. It's probably because there's not enough oxygen in my room. There's actually like a fun fact where if your oxygen level drops by like 50 ppm, whatever particles per meter, ppm, your productivity can go down by like 15%.
Okay.
So it's like insanely. There's an insane change if you don't have enough oxygen in the place you're working in the place you're in.
What?
So
Mad.
yeah,
I'd never even like that. Would never
keep
even
your
come
keep your
across me.
window open.
Keep your window. Basically.
Moral of the story: keep your window
Let
open.
the spiders come in. I've got a fucking like. So I'm sure I've got like a spider's web like right in the window crack. Don't know if I'm on that.
I'm lucky with spiders. I don't have shit.
So you're in Latvia as well, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
Latvia.
that's sick. That is
Nobody
sick.
knows where that is. It's dope though.
I had a PT client that was from Latvia, so
Ooh.
yeah. I
That's
mean,
dope.
she lives in London now, obviously, but she used to always talk about, and she used to always go back to Latvia and stuff. So it's cool.
Yeah. I want to go to London as well, but it's kind of sketchy because of Brexit.
Yeah.
Like literally, I wanted to move to London and live there.
Okay.
With Brexit, it's like, do I have to marry somebody to live in London?
Yeah.
You know.
I'll find you someone, mate. I'll find you someone.
Okay, if anybody from the federal government of Britain is watching this, remember that this is a joke. If I end up,
if you strangely end up marrying a little English.
yeah, this is a joke. Don't worry about it.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah, man. Like, obviously, like that. Like I said, that's pretty much it in terms of the thing. But I definitely love to stay in contact and
100%.
And we're speaking.
Are you free to hop on a quick Instagram live after this? I've been trying to get my live game up.
Yeah. I'm fucking all over that. To be fair, yeah. Let's jump on it. We can chat a lot more bullshit on there as well. Sure.
Yeah, like for those who don't know, me and Matthew, we once did an Instagram live. We wanted to make this a bit more serious. So it was like super serious, like we're talking about business and shit. Then there was this guy whose name was Xping. He came into the chat.
How the fuck have I forgot about that? Oh my god, how have I forgot about that? I was literally gonna come in here and like, how have I forgot? Literally, what I was gonna write it down as a question, like what the fuck did you do to Xping to make him like want to destroy you and shit?
No, he's actually cool with me. He did not want to destroy me. He's just having fun and like he hit me up a while back. He's just a chill dude. He's just like naming around, and I like that. It's
I like
fake
that. But that's not even me. But that's not even me. Like I see that Matthew said about it. Like there was that guy in there, and he was talking about like it was just like your live call with him, and it was just some old dude literally talking about him watching porn, and I was like.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you in this chat? I was like, you fucking nuts.
If you are in fitness, you get a lot of those creepy people.
Yeah. Oh,
and I'm talking a lot of those creepy people. In my fitness page, people are like, hey, bro,
get your dick out.
I'll fly you out to New York for a nude shoot. I'm like, okay, piss off.
Yeah, but
like a random old dude.
I was speaking to Matthew about that because we were speaking about like Instagram and stuff like that, and he was saying obviously like he sort of started his Instagram around fitness as well, and he said he actually made a comment of like if you can't grow your Instagram, it can't grow a fitness Instagram to like 20k in like 2 months, then you're doing something wrong because like it's literally just people like shredded photos like and that's it. But yeah, like my. I'll probably have him on the podcast at some point, to be fair. But the guy who used to be the manager at the gym I used to work at, Mikey, like, I don't know what he's done to his Instagram, but like, he'll literally put up a story and then he'll have like 5 people like messaging back like instantly, like, oh, I'll send you $20 if you send me a picture of your dick and shit like that, like literally like instantly. And he put a story up with me in it. And then I literally got flooded by like 4 messages from just like random dudes like asking me just fucking weird shit. So same sort of thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you there'd be some shit.
Like this is the truth about fitness. Everybody thinks like you're gonna get news from girls. I mean, that does happen, but it's usually like guys, like gay guys, asking you for shit.
Oh yeah, I've had some very 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 weird comments.
I mean, like. But if you think about it, how weird do you have to be just to send somebody, like even if you're a girl, how weird do you have to be just to send somebody like a nude, like fucking right away, like first message straight up, fucking whip your dick out your pants and send it. It's just very weird. People have some weird ass fantasies as well.
But people do it as well, like even like some of these Instagrammers that have like that. Have you seen that OnlyFans or whatever it is? OnlyFans, but that is essentially like yo, join my monthly, I'll show you my dick in private chat. It's just fucked.
It's weird. Just
Right.
weird.
Sweet, man. I'm going to sign it off there because we're literally at that sort of 55-minute mark. And
Yes.
it is more than enough from my sense. But yeah, I've been sort of asking people on the other end to sort of sign the videos off. So yeah, if you could give anyone sort of a tip on bettering themselves, designing a future, and excelling. I don't know what the fuck I am saying. You know, when it gets to that point. I scratched my eye yesterday as well, and it looks like I've been fucking beaten up.
To excel.
You know, if someone
okay, I'm gonna give a case study.
Go on.
Take fucking action. I'm gonna take my phone in a second because I need to show this to you. I literally, as we're speaking, I threw my phone away just so it wouldn't distract me. And yeah, so literally, there's one guy. His name is Ritvers. He's on lives as well, usually. And what he's doing is, let me find his. Where is his? I cannot find his. No, that's not. He changed his username. Okay, that's a bit weird, but it'd be like that sometimes. Okay, so he's doing these types of drawings. It's like insane. Like that's by hand. Like these insane drawings.
Okay, cool.
And he was not getting paid for them and shit. Like there was not like he was not making income out of them. He just came to me asked for advice. Immediately I told him, okay, start drawing celebrities, hit them up and send them the photos.
Yeah.
There's this one celebrity whose manager I personally know. Draw him up. I'm gonna hit him up. You're gonna get a feature and shit.
Sick.
He's like, oh yeah, I don't know. I tell him, okay, stop being a fucking bitch. Get it done by Saturday. I'm gonna tell this to him. If you don't get it done, you're gonna have a bad reputation. You're gonna get fucked. Okay.
So
like,
it's accountability.
I told him, okay. He's like, yeah, all right, fine. Yesterday was Friday. No, yesterday was Saturday. Today's Sunday. He hit me up. He drew the photo, but he didn't draw the photo for the artist. I told him to draw it. He drew it for a different one. He hit the guy up because he had this idea. Okay, I'm gonna start with this guy, and then I'm gonna send him the image, and I'm gonna ask him to refer me to 2 other people for whom I'm gonna be drawing it for free. 2 other artists.
Yeah.
He did that. He had tremendous amounts of support from that rapper, and then he's gonna be doing a drawing for two other people.
Sick.
For the next week, and then he's gonna be doing this challenge for like 2 months or so, and this is how he is gonna be blowing up. Literally, he has like a lot of people think I'm not good enough. Good enough? Fuck you, you are.
Yeah, you just need to fucking do it.
It just usually it's like 2 polar opposites. Either they're horrible and they think they're amazing, or they're amazing but they think they're horrible.
But,
just do it.
Right, sweet man. We're gonna leave that one there. We've gone past the hour mark. It has been a fucking pleasure to have you on. I'm sure I will have you back on here again. We'll see how we've both progressed within the time period.
100%.
And yeah, cheers, man. Take it. Oh, let everyone know where they can find you as well.
Oh yeah, Instagram at Reinis Official, YouTube at Reinis Krumins.
What's sorry, just to jump back. What sort of content are you putting on YouTube at the moment?
Building a business in social media marketing.
So like the behind the scenes sort of.
I actually want to say sales and mindset. That's what I'm usually talking about.
Okay, cool. Wicked,
right.
Man. Thank you very much, and I will speak to you soon.